How I got enlightened. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shiva, Kailash, Shambho. I'm a 28-year-old meditation master. I'm recording this video from Darwin, Australia. I'd like to first share a little bit about myself. I was born in Ukraine, in a town called Drohobych. And I lived in Ukraine until I was about 7 years old. At 7 or 8 years old, my mom and her stepfather came to visit Ukraine. By that time, my mom was pregnant with another baby, or my brother, currently now, a different father. And then at 9 years of age, I traveled to Canada, where I lived until the age of basically my whole life. I'm 28 now, of course I'm recording this, yet I'm here traveling in Australia. So I lived in Canada for a while, and at about 19 years of age, I started thinking and questioning reality, and I got my first enlightening experience when I attended the SN Goenka's meditation retreat, which is a 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat. That I learned a lot there, the path towards mastering my mind, about morality, meditation, and wisdom. Essentially, those are the three things that the Buddha taught: morality, meditation, and wisdom. So I pursued that further and attended various monasteries around the world. I attended Buddhist monasteries in Thunder Bay, which is the Buddhist hermitage there. I attended a Buddhist forest monastery in Ottawa. I went down south to the United States, to New Hampshire. I attended a monastery there in New Hampshire, like I said. Also, I went to Thailand and stayed at an international forest monastery, Buddhist monks. And then I traveled to Burma, and I stayed with Buddhist monks for some time there, for about 1.5 months. So my background in meditation was extensive, and I learned from meditation masters. I read countless of books, watched various YouTube videos on the Dharma, the Buddha's teachings. Because this is why I'm going on this topic now, because how I got enlightened was by first wanting it, first desiring it, that outcome. First learning about what this is and its benefits. I realized that if I were to attain the state of ultimate liberation, I would no longer have to suffer, and I don't. Currently, I'm finished with suffering. That's done. That's gone in me. And I'm going to explain to you what this enlightening experience is and how I got there. So eventually, my life led me to go to Australia, which I'm currently in now. Just a few months ago, I was in Cairns, Australia, and on June 20th, 2023, I attained full liberation. What that means essentially is that, you have something called as a pineal gland, or the third eye, the perception center. And when you can fully clear this up, when you can fully eradicate or erase the delusions and illusions within your own mind, you just see clearly the reality within you and around you and everywhere, the entire universe. Clearly, you see that. You perceive all that there is, everything that is. And that's it. That's all that enlightenment is. You just cleared up your vision, like if you were blind and you somehow fixed your eyes. Oh, now I can see everything clearly. Oh, the grass is green and there's a stick over there and there's everything there. It's the simplest thing in the universe. It's just realization. I've gained realization. I realize my ultimate nature, that this is temporary. This physical body is just here temporarily as a physical casing, and I'm not this physical body. My life energies are manifesting inside of this and through me and through this. Yet at 80 or 90 or 100 years old, however long I live here on earth, hopefully that will be a very long time, so pray for me that I live over extended length of time here. Yet on the decay of this body, my own life energies will simply dissolve. It will go back to nothingness. It will go back into the emptiness of space. It will go back to the universe, dissolved. I currently do not have any motivation to acquire a new body or to acquire, craving. Ultimately helps you do that. Yet I've made previous videos in the past saying that I will take on another body because if I will choose to do so. I'm not so certain about that now. I will see how my energy grows and progresses to what I choose for myself. Yet the tendency for me to choose another body randomly, spontaneously, or unconsciously is gone. If I consciously choose to reincarnate into a physical being, into a baby, a new child after I pass away from here, that will be entirely my choice. Whereas before it was not. Why it was not? Because I still had delusions and illusions I had to clear up. Alright, getting back on topic, and I'm going to make this useful and beneficial for you. So, what does this mean? There are only 2 types of ways to open up your third eye. Number 1 is, you can choose to open it. Number 2 is, you can choose to close it. Number 3 is, you can choose to open it. Number 4 is, you can choose to close it. Number 5 is, you can choose to open it. Number 6 is, you can choose to close it. Number 7 is, you can choose to open it. Number 8 is, you can choose to close it. Number 9 is, you can choose to open it. Number 10 is, you can choose to close it. Number 11 is, you can choose to open it. Number 12 is, you can choose to close it. Number 13 is, you can choose to open it. Number 14 is, you can choose to close it. Number 15 is, you can choose to open it. Number 16 is, you can choose to close it. Number 17 is, you can choose to close it. Number 18 is, you can choose to close it. Number 19 is, you can choose to close it. Number 20 is, you can choose to close it. Number 21 is, you to become like a vacuum inside, and for this energy just to seep in through you, into your third eye. Or to withhold yourself from releasing energy, and for you to become like a steam engine just waiting to burst, and more intensity grows, more intensity grows, more intensity grows, and finally, poof, this blasts open. Okay? So this isn't done in one day or one moment, it's a gradual thing. So the tendency for me was to meditate and to see clearly and to clear up my illusions until the point of, June 20th, I cleared up the most amount of illusions, and this just faded away. This opened up, and poof, I can clearly perceive the entire universe. So that's how I got enlightened, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that you were able to understand what I'm articulating here. Of course, I'm going to make more obvious videos and explaining my situation and my state of mind and my consciousness and the way of my being, and you stay tuned for that, because I don't want to withhold for myself the benefits to be gained from actually acclaiming this, that yes, I have evolved to such a stage that I can claim that I am enlightened. Actually with a capital E, I am enlightened, fully liberated, done, completely finished. Again, to reiterate, this doesn't mean that I'm in the maximum state of human being consciousness that there can be, that I'm not evolving further, that that's it, my work is done here. Yes, in the ultimate sense, it is finished. There's nothing for me to do, realistically. Yet I can still master my life energy, which I'm continuing to do, which Sadhguru has. I want to live, I don't want to be any less than Sadhguru, which currently he is above me. I prayed up to him. So, also another aspect of enlightenment is that you clearly see the emptiness of nature. The emptiness, yes, of nature, not the little nature, but the nature entirely, the whole, the universe. The universe rests upon an empty space. It is invisible. It is not tangible. It is nothingness. It is as vast as the ocean. You can't even compare the physical existence towards the unmanifest reality. It is too vast. It is too great. Excuse me while I have to check if the camera is still recording. Yes, wonderful. Everything is on track. So, how I got enlightened. How I became enlightened. So this is clearly perceived by me. This is something that the Buddha said, is that monks, there is an unborn, an unmade, an unmanifest, uncreated, a deathless element of the universe. If there was not this unborn, this unmade, this deathless element of the universe, then freedom from the born and from the manifest and from the created would not be possible. Yet, since there is an unborn and unmade and manifest, freedom from the born, the made, and the manifest is possible. So it is only because this emptiness exists, in our universe still exists, that you can break free from all limitations of human bondage, which I have done currently. What else does it mean to become enlightened? Obviously, to become enlightened, you have to gain some level of mastery and power within yourself, which I currently do. I have ways of manifesting my power and my energy in various different and unique ways, which most ordinary people cannot do, and nor should they attempt to do, and I don't really attempt to perform any kind of circus or tricks like that. I just care about nature. I care about life. I care about, most life. I care most about life. I'm not here to perform circuses or tricks, which I can, with a certain amount of energy, I can work towards this and make miracles happen. And everyone will be like, oh, wow. They'll clap their hands for some time, and that won't be of any beneficial use, or that won't be of any use for me. Although maybe sometime in the future when my energy is manifested so greatly that it'll be effortless for me to do so, then I will display these powers. I want to get back to this topic here of claiming that I'm enlightened. I have not had so many human beings message me on the various YouTube videos that I make saying, oh, you can't be enlightened. If you were enlightened, you wouldn't be making this type of video or saying this type of thing or doing this type of thing or doing that type of thing. I didn't know there's so many experts on enlightenment, but there are at least 5, 6, 7, 8 people scroll through my various YouTube videos that I've made about Andrew Tate. They're always claiming, no, if you were really enlightened, you would be not doing this, you'd be more like this. Well, I don't know if they must be all enlightened, because obviously I don't know something. Me going through the various educations that I've gone through, spiritual educations, visiting Buddhist monasteries, reading countless of books, learning about what enlightenment is, because I was so fascinated about this topic and thinking what is this even? I have no idea. What is this? How does this work? What is that person enlightened? I have no idea. But, well, those people must obviously know. All right, getting back on topic here, leaving that aside. Whenever I read these books, and Buddhist monks are not supposed to talk about their attainment for various things, because if there's two Buddhist monks and one has physical attainments, spiritual attainments, and the other does not, the regular people would choose to go feed that person with spiritual attainment, and that monk would starve to death, which obviously the Buddha didn't want, and he forbid. Okay, monks, you can't talk about your spiritual attainments anymore. So that's the reason. Yet I'm not a monk, so I can talk about my spiritual attainment, and I've always thought to myself that if I become enlightened, I will scream to the entire world that I'm enlightened. Hello, wake up. Why? Because I'm an authority on the subject, and since I'm an authority, you should be wise to listen to me. Not only listen to me, to pay attention to me, and to do as I instruct, for the very, very small amount of people that actually trust me and are willing to, hear me out. I will share their insight with you. I will share my insight with them, so to say. Not to say that you should, blindly follow along with me. No, you shouldn't. Yet I have an authority on the subject. This is just a fact. If I was LeBron James and arguably the best basketball player in the world, I wouldn't say, I'm okay, or I'm sort of good. No, I'm the best. Hello, wake up. And it's very obvious. Well, it's not obvious for you because I'm just a human being walking around like this planet, but it should be obvious the way that I communicate and you listen. And you pay attention to my words, because the longer that I continue to talk and speak, the more obvious it'll be what this process of enlightenment and what the actual state of enlightenment is. And it'll clear up your delusions very fast. Also, I realized that what's the point of withholding this, attainment? I'm enlightened. I'm going to keep this all to myself and hidden. Oh, yes, I'm so spiritual. Oh, so wise. No. You can't know this for yourself. You have to kind of guess and question. No, that's the way of the past. Okay, maybe it was useful for people that are 100 years ago when the density of the earth was so heavy and so just like a rock-like. Then maybe it was wise for you to kind of keep it to yourself, because if you were just to claim it, then people would come and try to, knock you down. But that's not possible for you to do that now. The energy has shifted. You can't. People can't do that. Everyone that's here is emotionally supporting you, supporting me, supporting everyone. So the planet is safe in that regard. So yes, I'm not keeping this to myself. I'm shedding this. I'm forward. I'm shedding myself, and I'm going to say this from the top of my lungs. I'm going to climb to the highest peaks and share this with you, share this knowledge with you, because there's no point of withholding it. I'm not going to keep this to myself. Oh, I'm a measerly enlightened master. I'm going to hide away in in some room, and I'm not going to share my attainments with anyone. You have to question to yourself, I'm enlightened. No, I'm enlightened. You should listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to share this with you. I should share this with you so that you all benefit. That's ultimately what I'm here for. Now, I'm talking down to you because the camera is on the floor. I don't have a tripod yet, although in a week I'll get a tripod, and you'll be facing me face first. I don't want to talk down to the camera. I'm talking down to you, which is unfortunate. So it'll be more stable, more healthy for you to be making eye contact with me. And ultimately, I want to make YouTube videos just as Sadhguru does. You watch Sadhguru, his videos, what he sits on, the chair that he sits on, what he has around him, the background, the nature, the plants around him. It's all conducive for what he's saying and how he's saying, and it's the atmosphere is so right, and it's so easy to look at him. So I'm making these YouTube videos in nature. I'm going to continue making YouTube videos in nature for you to relax and enjoy yourselves while watching me, and for me also to enjoy myself. Because if I make YouTube videos in my dorm room, I feel agitated. I feel in this brick wall, and it's oh man, I'm feeling all the elements that make up the plaster and the walls and the various furniture. It's unnatural, uncomfortable. Nature doesn't get any better than nature. Yep. All right. So, you can't see this, but the audio is going to still record. The camera just died. I'm assuming that it overheated. Yes, temperature is too high. So in Darwin, Australia, the temperature is about 34 degrees currently today, which I love. And it could be hotter, I could still manage the heat up to probably around 38 degrees Celsius. That's probably the most comfortable temperature that I can live with. Yet, I can't record a video longer than 15 minutes, 20 minutes, forget it. It's impossible. Unless it's at nighttime. So during the day here, even though the camera was in the shade, it cannot be done. The camera just overheats too quickly. So that's an obstacle that I'm going to have to overcome somehow. Maybe get some kind of cooling phone case for my phone, or get a better camera. Ideally, that's what I'd like to get, a 4K, super high, super expensive camera, which I'm going to have to finance that for myself somehow. What else can I share with you about enlightenment? Enlightenment. How I got enlightened. Well, my friends, I'm going to share some practical wisdom things that you can do so that you can take this home with you and benefit. Number one is to want this. Okay, your attention should be focused towards actually attaining liberation. It shouldn't be for you to get wealthy. It shouldn't be for you to get healthy. It shouldn't be to get anything else except this one goal of ultimate freedom and liberation. There is no higher goal or purpose than this in your life. So you might as well look towards the best thing, which is this is the best thing. Okay, enlightenment. Number two, generosity cannot be understated. Okay, generosity was a huge contributing factor towards me getting this realization. You want to give, you want to share, you want to be liberal with your generosity and give as often as you can. Help life. Not only give to human beings, give to plants, give to animals, give to rocks even, non-materially. You can give fruits, rocks. That's not going to help them in any way. But be in a state of giving to the entire universe so that the universe is more receptive towards you. The universe is receptive towards you. It will become that way. Number two and number three, obviously study the Buddha's message, which I'm an embodiment of that. So therefore, I should say study my methods and my words here, which is what you're currently doing. Listen to what I have to say. And even more importantly than that, study Sadhguru's message, because Sadhguru is much more powerful and much more wiser than me. And although what I say can't be understated, it's still factual. It'll be remaining timeless for the rest of the existence because I've fully liberated myself, I've fully purified myself. Yet Sadhguru is still much more evolved and much more powerful and much more spiritually attuned than I am. So you should definitely listen to that guy. He's much wiser than me. So subscribe to his channel, like his videos. If anything that I can do with my life, I'm going to share even more individuals to go along with this channel and his message, because I'm a byproduct of that as well.